Jeremy Clarkson makes surprising Cotswolds pub revelation. Jeremy Clarkson has revealed the amount of people who are employed at his Cotswolds pub 1 year on from opening. The former Top Gear host purchased the Windmill pub in Asthall near Burford for around £1 million. The pub reopened to the public 1 year ago on August 22, 2024, at midday after being renamed the Farmer's Dog. Around 300 people had formed an orderly queue snaking around the car park and large beer garden to wait for the doors to be opened. On the stroke of midday, the Mr Clarkson appeared and announced to loud cheers from the crowd, "We're open." And holding up his phone to show the time, he added, "We're also not late. Welcome everybody." He was accompanied by his girlfriend Lisa Hogan and fellow stars from his hit Amazon show, Clarkson's Farm, Caleb Cooper, Charlie Ireland and Gerald Cooper. Since opening the pub, Mr Clarkson has opened up about the disasters he has faced, some of which were shown in the latest series of his Amazon Prime show Clarkson's Farm. But 1 year on, Mr Clarkson has branded the pub a roaring success. Taking to X today, August 22, he said, "Exactly a year ago, we opened the Farmer's Dog to back British farming. Today, there are 146 people on the payroll and I'd like to thank every single one of them for making it such a roaring success." Someone replied with, "Went there last week, everyone works really hard but have to say Jasmine is an absolute star, would employ her tomorrow if she ever left." To which Mr Clarkson replied, "Jasmine is indeed an angel." The 65-year-old is currently filming for the 5th series of the popular Amazon Prime Video documentary. Jeremy Clarkson on supplying Hawkstone for Formula One race. Jeremy Clarkson has spoken about a deal with F1 to sell his Hawkstone lager at Silverstone. The former Top Gear and Grand Tour star made his name among petrolheads and racers across the globe. But in recent years he has become more known as a farmer at Diddley Squat in Chadlington and publican at the Farmer's Dog in Asthall, near Burford. From the crops he grows on his 1,000-acre farm in Chipping Norton, Mr Clarkson also makes Hawkstone, which sells cider and beer. It has been a hit, and was even recently described as the fastest-growing business in the Southwest. This weekend, Mr Clarkson is at the Silverstone Festival just over the Oxfordshire border in Northamptonshire. And while he is selling his Hawkstone drinks at this event, one fan asked him if he would sell it at the British Grand Prix held at Silverstone Circuit every year. A Formula One fan, Mr Clarkson is often spotted attending the race when the F1 circus arrives in the UK, most recently at July's race. Responding to a question on whether he would supply Hawkstone at an F1 race, the journalist said, "Annoyingly, F1 does deals with breweries that are a bit too enormous for a small operation like ours." Filming for Clarkson's Farm Series 5 is currently underway and is expected to be broadcast on Amazon Prime in spring next year. Jeremy Clarkson checks out the competition. Star samples a Britpop lager as he takes a break from his Cotswolds farm duties to enjoy Blur star Alex James's local festival. Jeremy Clarkson sampled a Britpop lager as he took a break from his Cotswolds farm duties to enjoy Blur star Alex James's local festival. The broadcaster, 65, kicked back in the Cheese Hub at the event, which takes place in Kingham, Oxfordshire. Jeremy wore a tan Yellowstone Dutton Ranch branded jacket, sipped on a pint with celebrity chef Thomas Straker. Over the weekend, Big Festival will see performances from Nelly Furtado, Faithless, Travis, Wombats and Sophie Ellis Bextor. Blur bassist turned cheesemaker Alex hold the festival on the grounds of his 6-bedroom 17th-century farmhouse, which is set in 200 acres of farmland. The musician will play his own set, Britpop Classical, on Sunday evening, where he be joined on stage with a live band and orchestra to close out the event. Last week, Clarkson's Farm star Caleb Cooper told J.D. Vance's security to F*** off during the U.S. vice president's trip to the Cotswolds. The divisive politician's visit with his family has attracted mass criticism among locals, who complained of disruption caused by Vance's extensive security team. Among them was Jeremy, who revealed that the 1-mile no-fly zone set around Vance's manor house rental had impeded the drones filming scenes for his Amazon Prime show, Clarkson's Farm. Writing about the visit in the Sunday Times, the Top Gear star explained that both he and farmer Caleb, 27, had let loose some choice language at the security teams attempting to derail their work duties. Jeremy explained how several roads were blocked off and cars pulled over in order to allow Vance's huge convoy through. However, he revealed that when Caleb was instructed to pull over his tractor in the wet weather, he offered a rather foul-mouthed reply. He wrote, Vance arrived in a cavalcade of 27 massive black American SUVs, and this was escorted by a shoal of British police remorhers on motorcycles whose job was to shoo everyone out of the way. One of the people who they ordered to pull over was Caleb Cooper, my tractor driver, but it was starting to rain and he urgently needed to get his load of wheat into the shed, so he invited his tormentor to F off. And carried on regardless. Caleb complained about the incident last week, in the comments section of one of Jeremy's Instagram posts showing the no-fly zone. The farmhand, who has his own land and has spun out a successful entertainment career of his own, fumed that his wheat had been soaked after he'd been held up by Vance's security team. He wrote, "My wheat got wet in the trailer last night as the convoy stopped me in the rain in Chippy. I could easily have went on my way and got it in the shed without getting in the way." While quipping about Vance's conspicuous presence in the area, he added, "If he had just drove around in a VW Polo nobody would know who he was."